Yeah.
You know?
No, I hear you, dude.
Sorry. Is our podcast or what?
Yeah. So that's the other thing with it though is that the strength and conditioning is like everybody is a strength and conditioning coach now, quote unquote.
Yeah.
You know, all the Instagram coaches are gonna jump on and be like, I'm a strength and conditioning coach.
Right.
But are they really?
Yeah.
Are they a CSCS? They graduate 4 years of school?
Right.
Probably not.
What do you think about all those Instagram strength and conditioning coaches?
I think there's a lot of...
It's good. I mean, it's exploding right now. It's huge. Like, you go on Instagram, everyone's a fitness coach, strength and conditioning coach, life coach, nutrition coach. Yeah. Everyone's hiring these coaches.
Everybody is a coach.
Yeah.
Nobody's a follower.
Right. Do you think it's good?
I think there's a lot of good coaches.
Absolutely.
You know, I think there's a lot of good coaches, and I think that the good coaches get buried by the catchy ones, the fad ones.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that say that they can do this for you. It's guaranteed. It's fucking, you know, gonna work like this if you just do this one thing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Whereas in reality, as you and I and everybody else here knows, it doesn't happen if you change just one thing.
Right.
You need a whole lifestyle.
Right.
You need to be committed to that action, to that end goal through a series of smaller goals.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So they get buried, these real coaches. They get buried because they only have 10,000 followers, whereas six-pack abs guy over there has 1 million.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Did he buy his followers too?
Yeah.
Maybe. Like, maybe.
It's just amazing the money that is involved with online coaching now.
Yeah.
And like that Bobby Maximus guy that Jacques always talks about all the time. We both emailed him, and he wants to do some more CrossFit training because he does a lot of actors. He trains actors like for movies.
Yeah.
And then he'll do like NFL players, all that stuff. And he wants to get more into CrossFit. And we sent him an email and we asked him, and it's like, I think a month was like $1,000, and you get like 2 hours, like an hour. I think an hour once every 2 weeks with him on Skype or something.
Sure.
And you know, but then he sends you the programming, and then he just checks in with you how it's going. $1,000.
So he's making a lot of money.
It's a lot of freaking money. I mean,
He's got his hands in everything, doesn't he?
I think so.
Bobby Maximus.
I mean, he's in Men's Health and all that stuff. So, but the money that's being thrown around.
And that's the other thing.
Do you think
like Men's Health,
right?
Reader's Digest.
Yeah.
Like those magazines are telling people to do, you know, one thing, whereas other coaches are gonna be like, do this other thing because this is why, and why.
Yeah.
You know, and people see that Reader's Digest said it, so it must be true.
Right.
But is it really true? Sure, maybe.
Right.
Everything's always maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe.
But why? Why is one way different than the other way?
Right.
Was there science? Was there bro science?
Right.
Was there pseudoscience?
Well, gosh, George, what gets me fired up is like, there's all these. Yeah, who's right? What coach is right out there?
Yeah.
There's all these different methods, and what makes them stand out from someone else? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? What makes them a better coach? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It takes a lot of science to back up what you're doing. Like, you got to know. Know your shit.
I think science and experience, and I don't know which one supersedes which yet.
Yeah.
You know, because if you read a study that said breathing with your mouth closed is going to enhance your performance overall by keeping your heart rate lower, getting rid of CO2, and then whatever else it does, off the top of my head, I can't remember. Or you get an athlete who has a deviated septum and they can't breathe through their nose.
Right. Yeah.
Are you going to be so stuck on that one study, or are you going to be a coach and be like, how can we get this person to breathe?
Yeah.
Like, do you need to invite them to get a nose surgery? Is it that important to them?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Is it that important to them?
Is it important to them? Their finances?
Yeah.
Their life right now?
Right.
Yeah.
How well do you know the person?
Right.
How well can you empathize with them?
Yeah.
And, you know, can you be a coach that understands
I think it
that?
comes down to knowing your athletes. And I think that's one downfall of the online coaching. Mm-hmm. Is do you really know your athletes at a good relationship level.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think
over
you
the
do.
internet.
I don't think you do.
You don't think? Yeah.
You can see their videos. They can
Right.
tell you how they felt during this one set or this one fucking rep or whatever,
Yeah.
but we're not here.
Right.
We're not
Yeah.
feeling each other's photons and electrons. Photons is light. Protons and
We're not feeling
electrons.
each other's energy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, we're not here.
Right.
We're not seeing the struggle. You know, we see little pictures in a sequence called a video.
Yep.
We're not seeing how much you're actually shaking when you're holding a handstand or how your breath sounds. We don't hear that.
Right.
You see a little bit, you tell us, like, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad when you're done.
Mhm.
Maybe it was terrible while you're in it, though.
Right.
You know?
You think you'd ever be an online coach?
I gave it a shot once, and I didn't like it.
No.
I didn't like it.
When did you do that?
Back when I first started being a personal trainer.
Okay.
You know, I tried to help people.
What was the
back
setup?
east.
How was it?
I basically wrote a program, and the hardest thing that I found with a program, writing it over the internet,
Yeah.
is people don't know how to execute the movements.
Okay.
Even just like, if I'm like, I want you to do your tricep push downs this way,
Yep.
they still won't necessarily understand.
And how'd you know they were doing it incorrectly?
I would either ask them or I'd ask them to video it,
Yeah,
and
and it wasn't
sometimes they'd be
correct.
like, well, I didn't do it because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you gotta ask.
Right. Yep.
You know?
Well, my sister-in-law she got an online coach, and she started a program, and she was asking me all the questions. The online
Yeah.
coach, she's paying the online coach X amount of dollars,
Mhm.
and the online coach just pushes out a program, a template, and she asks me all the movements. So I'm doing really all the work as the coach,
Yeah.
you know, telling her how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I should get that money rather than the online coach because they're just pushing out a
You
template.
could.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's why. I don't know.
And going into that is like, your sister-in-law paid this money, right?
Yeah.
She paid for something that she doesn't even use properly, but it's got to be good because she paid for it, right?
Yep.
And then you're giving away free information.
Yep.
Is that gonna be as good because she didn't pay for it?
Right.
You know, what am I trying to get at here? I guess, like, is the value of information worth the amount of money people are spending?
Yeah.
Or is some of the free information that we receive from people we know, we trust, we can see it online, coaches that have been coaching for a long time will give away free information
Right.
because they want to help, and they might be financially successful, or they might be looking to be financially successful.
Yep.
You know? Do I give away a lot of information? Maybe,
Yeah.
right? Maybe I do.
Yep.
Maybe I should charge people to teach them how to build their lats so they can do a muscle up.
How hard is it to say though? Hey, I know I'm teaching you right now.
Yeah, it's
but
hard.
Would you like a personal training session? You can pay this much.
Right.
You know, that's
It's hard.
It's gotta be tough.
Yeah, it's hard because I want to help people, and money isn't my priority.
But yet, this
Never was.
this is what you're doing. You
This is
you
what
gotta
I
make
do.
a living yourself.
I gotta
So there's
eat.
gotta be a balance behind it.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but if I keep giving away information, they're going to keep taking that information.
Okay.
You know.
How important, George, do you think it is to be credible, like to have experience in coaching? Like, let's say, do you think it matters that you were an athlete in the past, or could you be a really good coach if you weren't an athlete in the past?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and one that I've spent a lot of time thinking about because
Yeah.
for the last 6 years I've been trying to build my credibility by being a strongman.
Yeah.
And then you have guys like Boris Shako who were never an athlete, or maybe an athlete for a very short time, but he's the best Bulgarian Russian weightlifting coach. And people go to him because his programming is so good.
Right.
Was Bill Belichick an athlete?
No.
He's a coach.
Yeah.
You
He
know?
knows the X's and O's though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's got a tactical mind, and I'm not necessarily I use myself as an example because I know
Yeah.
I'm not a great athlete, but I've struggled for so long to learn things that I feel like I can teach it in a lot of different ways to a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, whether we're talking about how we can get your deadlift better,
Right.
and you pull 565,
555.
555 and at 184 ish.
At that time, probably with 190.
All right, so 190, you pulled 555. How can we get your deadlift better? Well, we think of a couple things, right?
Right.
I've never pulled 555 from the ground. But simple mechanics, right? Biomechanics, maybe a little
Yeah.
physiology,
Yep.
maybe a little neural stimulation. Have you do speed work with bands and chains to increase your rate of force development.
Right.
You know, could these things all be beneficial? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I do them? Yeah. I do them. I can see the benefit. I've had other people do them. Other people all over the world have fucking done it. You know, and it's just knowledge that you accumulate. So, to answer your question, I guess, does it help to be an athlete? I think so. Do you have to be the best athlete? Absolutely not.
Right.
You know, because I think sometimes what happens is the best athletes that are gifted make some of the worst coaches.
Right. I think so. You know, sometimes